300. What's the deal? This is your folks, Shaka, the Urban Philosopher. I wanted to share my thoughts with y'all very quickly. Hey, y'all, real quick, a couple of things. First, the re-uploads. The re-uploads are going to happen after this video. You'll see them. They will have a star. A few of them, I'll do a commentary on them. I am going to re-upload the requested videos. I'm not going to re-upload any of the critical analysis videos, like the Kwame Brown ones and stuff like that. Charleston White, Hassan Campbell's, all of those. Those were videos for those times. And so we on to different things. Hopefully we learn what we could have learned from those videos. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get those uploaded. The primary thing I wanted to speak on, y'all, is the Brother Divine Intellect called something out yesterday, and I thought that we could learn something from it. You know, I thought yesterday I was just going to leave it there, but, you know, I felt that this is something we can learn from or think about. A lot of us don't know how to identify the real people who are causing the problems, okay? We're just not. We're too taught to believe that it's the so-called redneck on TV with the Confederate flag, and they're being vocal about these things, and that's not the case. Okay, oftentimes we're infiltrated before we even face any real challenges that are out there, that we have these myths about, you know, as far as what they are. But so I thought that this was good to speak on. The Brother Divine Intellect, shout out to him. He mentioned that he felt he thought that the so-called person was a non-so-called black person, and I did a little investigation, and those are my sentiments. I agree with him, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not surprised. I mean, when you look at outlets like Black Lives Matter, who was also taken over by so-called non-black people, okay, you're just not surprised. They have always tried to creep, and they always do, let me say, creep into something we are doing, either because of self-hate or because of other intentions. It's usually both, to redirect it back into a direction that's fitting for them. Okay, y'all? In this case, it's always white supremacy. That's what it has been for many, 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 many decades, at least 6. Now, when I say both, I say that to say oftentimes these people dislike who they are. Okay, but also understand that there are a lot of things you just can't change, okay, that are God-given, or there are a lot of uncomfortable things they will have to accept and humble themselves with in order to navigate outside of their narrative, okay, or their communities or tribes or whatever. And so they settle for just taking over and trying to control what they can't be or change, okay? Now, if you let them know from the jump, it ain't happening. And y'all know I'm going to do that, because one of my things is, in my culture, and what I feel we should all be on, is lead with how you want things done, okay? When you do that, oftentimes, and you got these people in the sleeper, you get this clown, okay? But y'all know what? They're no different than the Hotep. They do the same shit. So if you dismiss one of them, you've dismissed one of them, if y'all know what I mean. They are both the same, and you avoid them the same way. You see, they fight for the same result, to keep the same things alive. They both benefit from keeping this myth alive, y'all, okay, to benefit their respective positions. For example, Tariq, he will always have a job, okay, and whites will always be looked to for change, okay, as long as this is alive. Now, Tariq Nasheed, he might not see black people take over the world, okay? But clearly, when you look at him, you think, you know, how bad is watching everything crumble from a Bentley, okay? You know, he's gonna be cool, you know what I'm saying? We need to denounce this so-called myth, white supremacy, and start being able to identify these people who try to keep this alive. Okay, because that is where they keep their power and control. Okay, the discussion about it alone automatically put them on stage to be looked to for the solution. The Hotep, the so-called white person, and the so-called politician as well. But I'm going to put that in the reparations as our pimp clip that I'll drop here, the re-upload. Okay, and that is, like I say, they need to change. The thing is, white people need to change. Okay, all three they all play off the same thing. This is what they thrive off of. Our desires and efforts to get them to change. Okay, they gotta have that going on. We've had a couple of times on the green room, like when we talking on the green room, it just happened recently, but it's happened before. A white person will just kick in and they want to talk about white supremacy. And you gotta dismiss that, because if those people really wanted change, right, they would be working within their circle where they say the problem is, to dismantle within. But no, that's not what they do. They want to come out and sit around here and talk about exactly where they're laying their heads. And I don't care if they chose to leave their mom and dad's house and stay on the hood. They still on that tap line. Okay, they still showing up to the family events and things like that. And they ain't brought us anything worth anything that has earned us any real W's. That's why you ain't seen it today. And all the history that I have to show you of them on the front line and stuff, that's why you ain't never seen it. Okay? And that's real. They wanted to stay alive more than anybody, those who come in talking like that, because they know that they main control as long as we're expecting them to change. You know what I'm saying? And just the so-called brothers, just entertaining that alone. Okay, those bullshit white supremacy talking points, especially when you speak on like the so-called plan of action, what you need to do, which is looking to them to change. Being on bending knee, okay? On some Colin Kaepernick, okay? It virtually removes all the energy from your masculinity, okay? And it also removes any energy from any real brothers getting on the front line, knowing how to address it or being there to address it, okay? And we just got to get off that, man. The only people waiting on that today is so-called black folks. And if we look at the world, people of African descent, everybody done moved on but us. It's time to recognize these things and move on from that. Another thing about these people, right, is that they despise the so-called black man being an authority figure of any kind, even if it's in his own sanctuary, okay? They'll show up acting like they cool, they respect it, but that is short-lived, and all of a sudden they want to attack it or despise it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then they get in their feelings for real when they are consistently challenged about it or it's called out, you know what I'm saying? And they see that you're not standing for it, okay? And then all of a sudden they start to play the victim and, you know what I'm saying, the keyboard warrior and stuff like that, like this clown did. But these are things that you gotta look for, you know what I'm saying? And they oftentimes come in sheep clothing. And then I just want to say this, this channel is for the so-called black community, the so-called black personnel that matter, okay? That's who it's for. You know what I'm saying? That's who it's for, okay? Especially the so-called black man who is more miseducated, okay, deceived, okay, and lied to about what's going on out here more than anybody. And that's not nobody's fault but his. That's why I'm here to apply accountability to us. You know what I'm saying? Especially as so-called black men. That's who this channel is for. If you're not that person, you're a guest showing up here. You know what I'm saying? You're a guest showing up here. And one thing I can't do is I can't stop you from watching, because this person sent several messages after the fact before I figured out how to kind of block them and censor them. like they're not gonna be removed and this and that. Like the brother Divine Intellect said, he was talking pretty much like, you know what I'm saying, those type of people. You know, he ain't going nowhere, and when he feel like this information ain't useful, he'll put the. It didn't sound like a brother at all. So shout out to that brother again for letting me know that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was slipping up on that. You know what I'm saying? But people like that, you have no place here. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can't stop you from watching and stuff like that. But you will be canceled. You know what I'm saying? Every chance that I get, you know? And that's not to say that people of different whatever, you can come in here and have an opinion, but you ain't gonna come in here and do that. You know what I'm saying? And also, we have to identify these type of people. The main reason why I'm making this video today, so that we can find ourselves canceling them, okay? And avoiding them. So we can move to the circle of who is the real and who is not. You know what I'm saying? And we start to form, like I said, these micro communities from there. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, y'all. Y'all go ahead and drop y'all comments in the comments below. Let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Like or dislike this information. But most definitely hit that bell and that sub button, because I'm going to drop something you're going to like. Y'all know what it is, y'all. This is your boy Shaka, the Urban Philosopher. I'm out.